Welcome back to another fun-filled show. I'm your host, T.S. Blanchard, aka Free Blanche, aka Blanstradamus, aka Blanchy Kruger. Today's title is Black Misery Month, The Art of Being Black. Now, they're telling me that YouTube is down. I don't know, but let's just pray YouTube is up. If not, this live will be posted later on YouTube when it goes back up, if it's down. Today's title again is Black Misery Month, The Art of Being Black. Now, there is an art to being Black. The art is that you must know everything and absolutely nothing at the same time. That is the art of being Black. Knowing everything and absolutely nothing at the same time. What's up, Dose Medif? What's up, Neek? What's up, K-Mac? What's up, Tierra? Everybody saying YouTube has been tripping. Or they're saying desktop YouTube is down. Everybody's saying that YouTube is down. I can't see the main page. It keeps saying try again. Candy said it's working. So Candy must have the high-speed internet. What's up, the Ice Cold Wolf? Are you on the phone? I don't know. Anyway, welcome back, you all. I got some new merchandise on. You can go to the link in my bio, Shop with Blanchard, and you can purchase these items. This is my new shirt. It's, you can see it. It's to be black is to be controlled. You see the lot went to this design. I designed this right here, you know, so but to be black is to be controlled. This is the new merchandise. Anyway, I want to get started. Let's get started. Let me show it again. I'm gonna do a promo video for it though. Anyway, let's just jump right into it though. Black Misery Month, the art of being black. Now, the art of being black is knowing everything and knowing absolutely nothing at the same time. The art of being black. So let's just jump right into it. I had some fun videos for you today. I had some treats for you. Hopefully it plays. Okay, it's gonna play. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Let me share this screen real quick. Let me just go to it. Let me go to share. Let me expand this.
I love that. You know that pastor, that black guy who's like, if Jesus is black, then heaven is ghetto. Like, I don't want to go to heaven. I don't like racism, but these black people, they're really getting on my nerves. He's a black guy. You should
Pastor Manning?
Yeah, dude, Pastor Manning.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, that guy.
He's an honorary Aryan. We're going to salute his spirit. If all black people were like Pastor Aryan, man, we'd be on the moon right now together in harmony, racial harmony.
Somebody said to me that if Jesus is black, heaven is a ghetto. Everywhere black people live is a damn ghetto. Why should I be yelling at the white man? Hell, if it wasn't for him, we'd all probably be dead from diseases and sickness. The hell, we each other. It wasn't for the white man. The white man built America. You say the slave built America. Don't they cover that lie? I'll slap the taste out of your mouth. You ain't built nothing. Half the time, what you did build as a slave, the white man had to whoop your ass with a whoop to get you to do that little bit of work that you didn't do. To whoop your ass to get it done. Talking about we built them. You ain't built a damn thing. Don't own a damn thing. None of it. You had Harlem, you threw that away. No, thank God for the white man. Thank God. He's built America and some other safe places. Built airlines so you can ride around on. Built automobiles. Hell, y'all ain't got one nation in Africa haven't built a car. Talking that damn talk. The only thing y'all can do is play basketball, run up and down the court like a bunch of double-jointed fools.
Oh man, I found him about 3 years ago.
Dude, that guy is the man. I'm saying, man, we could have had that as the first black president, and we went with
man.
this gay dude. Come on, man. I love that. Do you know that pastor?
You know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? Is that white people, this is what's funny, right? White people, the so-called white people, never had a problem with black people. They always had a problem with a certain kind of black person. Never black people in general. You heard what she said, right? She said, this man could have been our first president. She said that he could have solved racial harmony. Dear black people, all these white folks want you to do, and when I say white folks, I don't mean the libtarded white people. I mean the decent white people on the other side. All these decent white folks want y'all to do, black people, just say, you know what? We messed up. My bad. They're not asking you to clean your community up. They're not asking you to learn how to read and do math and write on grade level. They're not asking you to invent anything. They're not asking you to do anything but simply say, my bad. Y'all can't even do that. Y'all can't even say, my bad. Imagine they tell you all history and they never point out what black people did wrong. They never point out when Native Americans did wrong. You notice how in history, they never tell you what anybody else did wrong. It's just what white people did. That's how you know it's propaganda. You mean to tell me everybody was perfect until white people came? Come on, man. All black folks have to do is just say, you know what? My bad, you're right. That would solve every single problem in America. But y'all have a God complex. Y'all have a God complex. Remember when they were talking about Candace Owens running for president and they tried to impeach her? Remember that, Nancy Pelosi? Go look it up. When they mentioned Candace Owens running for president, the internet was flooded with white people saying, she got my vote. When they threw it out there that Candace Owens was running for president, Nancy Pelosi tried to impeach her. There was tons of videos of white people saying she got my vote. The irony of all of this is that Candace Owens actually probably would have won. That's what's funny. She probably would have won, which lets you know that white folks don't have a problem with black people. They have a problem with a certain type of black person. Mainly you. But let's continue. Well, I mean, not now. I'm just saying back then. This is about 3 years ago. Not now. Of course not now. I'm talking about 3 years ago. My point I'm making is that white folks don't have a problem with black people. They don't. White folks have a problem with black. Listen, white people have never had a problem with me. In fact, the only white folks I had a problem with in my life have been white liberals. Let's continue. Let's continue. I guess we start off by, paying homage to Messi Jackson.
Jackson passed away this morning. While I strongly disagree with everything that man stood for, it's not really my style nor my heart to gloat in the death of anyone. First of all, that's foolish because we all are going to die one day, and we're all going to have to give an account for the life that we live, which is in part why I believe that there is a subconscious impulse that all of us have, irrespective of what we believe religiously, to reflect on the life that a public figure lived while they were on this side of heaven. Because at the bottom of it, the thing that's being discussed, whether people acknowledge it or not, is what kind of impact, what kind of influence did this or that celebrity have on the larger society? Did you operate in service of mob building or consumerism, or did you operate in service of disciple making? That's especially an important question for Jesse Jackson, who was Reverend Jesse Jackson.
I don't know
From the
what
time
happened.
we first saw him in Chicago, he was disingenuously exploiting the issue of race, claiming that the struggles of the colored man are more severe than the
I think it's freezing up on me. I guess my StreamYard is freezing up. Yeah, my StreamYard is frozen. I don't know what's going on, man. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? And can you all see me on YouTube? Because my screen was frozen. How many of y'all think Messi Jackson is going to heaven? Okay, so let me play this video again.
impulse that all of us have, irrespective of what we believe religiously. So Jesse Jackson passed away this morning. While I strongly disagree with everything that man stood for, it's not really my style nor my heart to gloat in the death of anyone. First of all, that's foolish because we all are going to die one day. And we're all going to have to give an account for the life that we live, which is in part why I believe that there is a subconscious impulse that all of us have, irrespective of what we believe religiously, to reflect on the life that a public figure lived while they were on this side of heaven. Because at the bottom of it, the thing that's being discussed, whether people acknowledge it or not, is what kind of impact, what kind of influence did this or that celebrity have on the larger society? Did you operate in service of mob building or consumerism, or did you operate in service of disciple making? That's especially an important question for Jesse Jackson, who was Reverend Jesse Jackson. From the time we first saw him in Chicago, he was disingenuously exploiting
Yeah, can you all see me? Because it's cutting up, it's freezing. Um uh Conspic Mom said never she said never even crossed my mind that heaven was an option for him. Now listen, Let me just say this. No one is celebrating Jesse Jackson's death. We're not celebrating his death at all. But Jesse Jackson was working for Satan. It is what it is. You know, my condolences to him and his family. He lived a long life, but he was working for Satan. I'm sorry. He was a reverend and a communist. I don't know how you do that. He was an agent of chaos and destruction. So, yeah, Jesse was, I mean, that is what it is now. I don't know if he's going to heaven or not. I don't know that, but I just asked the question. But Jesse was an agent of destruction. And so I'm not going to sit here and talk nice about him while he's deceased when I wouldn't do it the day prior. Even though he's probably been gone for a couple of months or a couple of years, they've been wheeling him around in that wheelchair for the past year. He ain't said a word in probably 2 or 3 years. So, yeah. Yeah, he made an impact on the world. It was just a bad one. Yeah, he made an impact on the world, and it was a bad impact. He was doing the will of Satan as a reverend. Okay, let me try it again, y'all. Let me try it again.
Jackson passed away this morning. While I strongly disagree with everything that men stood for, it's not really my style nor my heart to gloat in the death of anyone. First of all, that's foolish because we all are going to die one day, and we're all going to have to give an account for the life that we live, which is in part why I believe that there is a subconscious impulse that all of us have, irrespective of what we believe religiously, to reflect on the life that a public figure lived while they were on this side of heaven. Because at the bottom of it, the thing that's being discussed, whether people acknowledge it or not, is what kind of impact, what kind of influence did this or that celebrity have on the larger society? Did you operate in service of mob building or consumerism, or did you operate in service of disciple making? That's especially an important question for Jesse Jackson, who was Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Man, it keeps freezing up.
From the time we first saw him in Chicago, he was disingenuously exploiting the issue of race, claiming that the struggles of the colored man are more severe than the struggles of the white man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. It's just it's acting up.
That narrative works so well that people still believe it to this very day, and since it's still believed by coloreds that black scars hurt worse than white scars, it's either served to cause the furthering of societal resentment or racial reconciliation under false maternalistic pretenses. Jesse also led a march of activists on the Stanford University campus in the 1980s, chanting, "Hey, hey, ho, ho, Western Civ has got to go." This
So maybe I don't know. Maybe it's when I try to play a video. I don't know. I know you can all watch this on Rumble. So if you go to my Rumble should be just Free Blanche, and you guys can watch it over there because I have that streaming as well. Or you can go to Twitter and watch it. You can go to He is Blanchard at Twitter, but I don't know if it's because let's put it in the chat right now. I mean X. I'm sorry, X. I think it's under He is Blanchard on X. But it's streaming on both of those sites. Rumble, and He is Blanchard. But I think YouTube is just messing up too much. So I just so I don't know if y'all can, if you got to download apps or whatnot, but it's streaming right now live on Rumble and Twitter. I'm gonna disconnect from YouTube and see if it works. You said Rumble is freezing up too? Okay, let me try it. Let me get off of YouTube. Let me see. Can I do this? How can I unlock? How can I? So is it working? I'll try another video. Try another video. Let me see. I'll try another video. Let's see.
12 of exposing black history because like it literally just didn't even happen. You've heard the story a million times. 14-year-old Emmett Till just whistles at a white woman in 1955 Mississippi, gets lynched by a bunch of racists, and then becomes a martyr of the civil rights movement. Iconic photo, open casket, total injustice, right? That's not the whole story though. So in her 1955 trial testimony, Carolyn Brandt, the store clerk, said Till didn't just whistle at her. He grabbed her waist and tried to pull her behind the counter and said, "I've f***ed white women before." So she fought him off, terrified that he was about to rape her. This was an isolated country store. The police could take hours to arrive. It was like no small thing to threaten a woman like that in a place like that. Also, contrary to popular...
So maybe I should just start over. I don't know. Because I mean, I don't know. Should I start the live over or just keep going? We're already 20 minutes in. I'll let y'all decide. Should I start the live over or should I just continue with the live as is? Just let me know in the chat or in Instagram or on IG. JV Chanel says, keep going. Tierra says, keep going. Well, I got two, keep going. Donna said, keep going. Todd said, keep going. One more keep. I'm going to get the 5 keep going. I'm going to keep going. All right. Candy said, keep going. So we're going to keep going. Let's go.
Day 12 of exposing black history because like it literally just didn't even happen. You've heard the story a million times. 14-year-old Emmett Till just whistles at a white woman in 1955 Mississippi, gets lynched by a bunch of racists, and then becomes a martyr of the civil rights movement. Iconic photo, open casket, total injustice, right? That's not the whole story though. So in her 1955 trial testimony, Carolyn Brandt, the store clerk, said Till didn't just whistle at her. He grabbed her waist and tried to pull her behind the counter and said, "I've f***ed white women before." So she fought him off, terrified that he was about to rape her. This was an isolated country store. The police could take hours to arrive. It was like no small thing to threaten a woman like that in a place like that. Also, contrary to popular belief, Bryant never went back on her story, even in old age. Black people even tried breaking into her nursing home to lynch her before she died in 2023, motivated by fake rumors that she had admitted the whole thing was just a lie. And that rumor was started by a liberal professor named Timothy Tyson. So Tyson did a recorded interview of Bryant for a book about the case and claimed that Bryant confessed to him that she made up that Till attacked her. Unfortunately for Tyson, although the rest of the interview was recorded, for some reason Bryant's confession wasn't. What a coincidence. So the author made the claim that she recanted her story 10 years after he interviewed her, but he just didn't record that part. And she denied this along with her daughter, who was also present, and coincidentally, this claim from him was made right around the time he was trying to sell his book. The FBI investigated, said this guy's story was totally inconsistent and that he had literally no evidence. Also, Carolyn was working on a memoir before her death, literally titled More Than a Wolf Whistle. So Tyson told the FBI and journalists that his recorder was broken that day, that he did record it, but it was lost. He confused important dates, claiming the confession actually occurred before he'd even met Bryant. Tyson even edited Bryant's book after the supposed confession, though he lied to the FBI about this, and for some reason, he didn't object to her at all, giving the same story of Till attacking her that she had given many times before. So the DOJ concluded that Tyson's story lacked credibility. The whole Emmett Till white guilt narrative lacks credibility. Anyway, when this happened, Bryant didn't even tell her husband Roy about the assault because she feared that he'd beat the kid. Roy actually found out from a customer at the store who was also black. So Roy Bryant and J.W. Milam kidnapped Emmett Till with the help of 2 black men, as witnessed by Willie Reed, who saw them all drive to a barn. So the killer...
So it was 2 white men and 2 black men that went to get Emmett Till. It was 2 white men and it was 2 black men. So that means the black men were upset as well. And what she said happened makes more sense, that he grabbed that woman. Because and again, think about the propaganda back then. All he did was whistle. Then they said he said something. Come to find out, he grabbed that woman and made a sexual advance at her. And she didn't even tell her husband. Think about this now. Think about how most victims of rape don't report it. So what she said lines up with what we see today. When women are sexually assaulted, they rarely report it. When women are sexually assaulted, they rarely report it. So the fact that she didn't tell her husband or the police, it makes sense because most women don't. Her husband found out, of course, he's going to be furious. But again, it was 2 white guys and it was 2 black guys. They leave out the 2 black guys. they leave out the two black guys. I keep telling you all, they've given you all 400 plus years of history where black people never did anything wrong. Check out my new merch. To be black is to be controlled. But they got 400 and something years of history where black people never did anything wrong. You got to scratch your head because in 2026, they're doing everything wrong. So how were black people able to be on their best behavior for 400 years, but since they've been free, they can't seem to stay in control of themselves? How's that possible? So Emmett Till was rounded up by 2 white men and 2 black men. The irony of Emmett Till actually bringing about unity in the South. Let's continue.
Pistol whip him, and then in a 1956 issue of Look magazine, Bryant and Milam said that they only planned to assault and beat Emmett, but he kept insulting them and bragging about his sexual assaults of white women, so they snapped, killed him, and dumped his body in the river. And people will think I'm trying to justify this. Absolutely not. This was a horrific killing. You don't have to believe everything said by the people who killed Emmett Till, but it also was not just random racism against an innocent boy. What do you think is going to happen today if a 14-year-old white teenager goes up to a black woman in a store and grabs her and says something like that? What do you think? If this were purely about race, why were black people involved in what happened to Till? Again,
And again, the FBI concluded that the author was lying. She never said that. She never said it was a lie. She never recanted her statement. Now, I want you to think about this for what he just said. Now, imagine today, a white 14-year-old kid goes into a store, grabs a woman, says he's about to sleep with her. Think about this now. Think about a 14-year-old white kid. Think about this now. The equivalent is she's white in a white, let's assume the neighborhood is white. Now we got to flip it. So let's say a white 14-year-old did this to a black woman in the black neighborhood. My question is, what happens to that white kid? A white kid in a black neighborhood tries to sexually assault a black woman at a store. What happens to him? What happens to him? What happens to the white teenager that tries to sexually assault a black woman in the store? What happens to him? Tierra said nothing. LARPing. LARPing. Oh my goodness. Ray said Emmett Till treatment. That's that he get attacked just for going. But anyway, my point, what those men did to that boy was wrong. 1,000% wrong. But how they frame the story makes it racist, though. You understand what I'm telling you? Just hear me out. If I tell a story, if I say a white man punches a black man, you're automatically going to think the white guy's racist. But if I add to the story, white man punches black man because black man stole his wallet, now it's not racist anymore. This is what they do. They'll just say white man hit black man and leave it at that. And you already are programmed to think it's racism. So the question is, did these 2 white men and these 2 black men grab Emmett Till because of racism, or did they grab him because he was from the North? He's from the North, from a city. You all know back then, they didn't like folks from out of town from the North. You know that already. So was it more about where he was from and his attitude, or was it about his skin color? They always make movies. Listen, you all. Every single black movie in Hollywood is propaganda. All of them. Every single black, they don't make black entertainment. They make black programming. You will never, ever find black entertainment. You notice because anytime they show you somebody black on a movie screen, they always add an element of racism. That's programming. It's anti-whiteism. Yes, Nick, he was a city slicker or a Yankee. So people that came from the north down to the south, they didn't like them anyway. They didn't like them anyway. Everybody, listen, everybody's going to lie when it comes to Black history. Everybody. Because it's not real. The only way to make Black history appealing is to lie about it. Rosa Parks, lie. Jesse Jackson, lie. MLK, like it's all a lie. It's not real.
I'm not justifying this at all, but I'm just asking, why do we hear a limited version of this story from 70 years ago to prove that today America's racist when we never hear about the opposite, even though it happens literally every year? Cannon Hinnon, 5-year-old little boy shot in the head by a black man while playing in his front yard. Did you hear about that? Julian Wood, 3-year-old little boy stabbed to death by a black woman in a grocery store parking lot while walking with his mom. This was all just the past few years or so. Are we gonna learn about any of these kids in school? No. And when's the last time this happened to a black kid, by the way? It's probably been a minute, right? Otherwise we'd all know about it, like we all know about George Floyd, some career criminal who pretty obviously died from a drug overdose and the strain of resisting arrest. So if you want to have the conversation, we have to have the whole conversation. I'm not going to be guilted into wanting to dismantle law enforcement and pay reparations because of something that happened 70 years ago. Truth matters, and I love black people.
Emmett Till's father. Let's look him up. Emmett Till's father's death. Let's see what happened. Emmett Till died. His father died at 23. Louis Till, father of Emmett Till, was executed by hanging on July 2nd, 1945 in Aversa, Italy, after being court-martialed for the rape and murder while serving in the U.S. Army during World War II. So he raped and murdered a woman when he was in the Army. This is Emmett Till's father. Emmett Till's father raped and murdered a woman when he was in the Army, in the military, and he got hung. He was executed. I'm not saying that makes Emmett Till guilty automatically. I'm just saying that his father actually raped a white woman and killed her and got executed. And then his son goes down south, and the lady said that he grabbed him talking about the same thing. So again, there were 2 white men and there were 2 black men that went to go get Emmett Till. It was white and black that went to go get him. So that means it wasn't a racial issue. I keep telling you all, there's no such thing as racism. It's not. If you ask somebody why they don't like black people, they have a laundry list of things to tell you. The list is as long as Santa Claus' list of who's been naughty and who's been nice. If you ask, why don't you like black people? He said, how much time you got? I'm just telling you. So nobody dislikes somebody because of their race. That's a lie. There's always a reason. There's always a reason. I'm not saying it's a justified reason. I'm not saying it's a legitimate reason, but there's a reason. For it to be actual racism, it would have to be strictly because they were that race. We've never seen that. We've never seen because they were this race, I don't like them. No, there's a behavior associated with that said group. Pamela said it's like father and it's like son. I'm just telling you all, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. And my mother told me, she's always tell me this. She used to say, be careful of the genes. She said, you need to see the mother and father. You need to see the family. Be careful of the genes. My mom used to always say that. And that stuck with me. So I've been looking at people's family. Listen, I look at everything. You got to look. So I'm not saying that Emmett Till is a, you know, like his father, but I'm saying his father was convicted for the rape and murder of a woman in Italy. And again, if the locals had got to him and they had killed him, guess what history would have said? They would have said, it would have said black man got lynched in Italy, racism. Think about this. Think about if the local Italians had got a hold of Emmett Till's father, what history would have said? History would have said that Emmett Till's father was also lynched because of racism. It would have been an even bigger story. But they couldn't spin that one because he got convicted and he got executed. Tierra Barnes said it's called a familiar spirit. It's called a familiar. Now let's see if we can play Chad's video. I'm kind of scared to play it. I'm kind of scared to play Chad's video. Let me try another video first. I'm kind of scared to play Chad's video. Every time I try to play Chad's video, it's always cutting off. Okay, let's try another video. Let's try another video.
This space that this person is the most attacked person right now. When we're only dealing with politics from these same people coming back to bite us. LGBTQ shit, welfare, single motherhood, Planned Parenthood, abortions, feminism, sexual liberation. It comes from this person.
In the workforce. It's very well documented that the abortion movement was originally a man's movement, an upper middle class white man's movement.
The upper middle class white man is who? The right-wing conservative. It's the same guy. It's the same guy. Look at
that. The art of being black is knowing everything and absolutely nothing at the same time. Now, this guy, philosophical, doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't realize that that doesn't mean conservative, genius. Middle-class white man doesn't automatically mean conservative white man. Where did you get that from? There were plenty of white men that were conservative against all of this stuff back then. Plenty of them. But guess what? History keeps them hidden. Then he tells me, he tells me it wasn't a lot of them. I said, man, you're crazy. It was a lot of them against this. You just don't know. Now, this guy reached a conclusion based off a 10-second answer from a random woman on an interview. He basing his whole philosophy off of a 10-second answer from a white liberal in an interview. Black people are masters at looking at the book, reading the first page, and putting the book up. Black people are masters at not being thorough. The art of being black is knowing everything and knowing nothing at the exact same time. There were plenty of white conservatives that were against feminism, LGBTQ, black communism, Marxism, all of it. Plenty of them. This man just said that the white conservative man pushed all the movements. Listen, that's why I made this shirt.
That's why I tell y'all to go back. How is that same guy complaining now?
Black people are so prideful and arrogant. They're arrogantly ignorant. That's the real AI. Arrogantly ignorant, that's the real AI. You got artificial intelligence that's not real intelligence. It's artificial. meaning that it gets its intelligence from people. But the real AI is arrogantly ignorant. That's black people. Arrogantly ignorant.
How the fuck is he complaining from something he invented?
The white conservative male invented feminism, LGBTQ movement, communism. Do you see what I mean? Black people don't know anything. They don't. This is why I made this shirt. Tierra has on the screen liberal Democrat. This is why I have it on my shirt. To be black is to be controlled. It's to be controlled. They can tell a black person anything, and if it appeals to their emotions, they're gonna run with it. This man think he done solved the glitch in the matrix. He thinks he done figured it out. It knows absolutely nothing.
How does that make sense to black men? What the fuck is these niggas talking about? I'm not fucking crazy. These niggas think you stupid.
Based on what you're doing right now, I wouldn't say you crazy. I lean more towards stupid. To be honest, I don't think you're crazy. I think you're stupid. Because you're arrogantly ignorant. You don't know what you're talking about. You have done no research. You have done no studying. I suggest the philosophical go and look up white conservatives of the 1950s and 1960s and just see how many of them were against all of this stuff. Just go research and look and see who was against all of this stuff. There were popular white people. And I told him, I said, the difference is y'all was calling them racist. Every white person against communism, black liberation, LGBTQ, you call them racist. You call them racist.
It's the same guy.
And think they be so and think they just so smart. God bless they soul. That's why I made it. Listen, it's on sale now. To be black is to be controlled. Got the hat, got the sweatshirt, got all. To be black is to be controlled. If America was truly racist, black folks would not be allowed to be on social media. Because black folks have caused more damage on social media in the past 10 years than anything else. Black people have ruined America in the past 10 years. In fact, they've ruined the world. Black folks have been so influential on social media, they have literally ruined the world. All black folks had to do during COVID was just simply say no. They could have saved the planet. Black folks had one job to do, say no. You know what they did? Black folks doubled down, tore the country up for George Floyd, then doubled down and got the shot. Tore the country up for a dope fiend, and then doubled down and got the black folks had one job. And this is why I talk so crazy to black. This is why I talk so crazy. Because the moment of truth came in 2020 with black folks. And they laid down. They folded like a cheap suit. Black people had one job to do, just say no. They couldn't do it. I have no respect for this collective black unity, black community. No respect for it at all. Because I saw when push came to shove, they laid down. Hold on, not just laid down. They actually started doing the devil's work, harassing people to take that poison. They were harassing people to take that poison. I couldn't see some of my family members. Friends disown me. People talk bad about me. So I have zero respect for the black community. Zero. No respect. I'll play one more video, then I'll try to play Chad's video.
I wonder if you could tell me a Bible verse.
I'm a witch.
See some more propaganda. So what you saw there was the typical white and Jewish liberal trying to pander to a black person. And that black person said, I am not a, and kept moving. This is a cartoon. They just trying to talk about, let's play it again. Show y'all again. Let's play it again. Let's play one more time. So again, that's the typical white and Jewish liberal trying to pander to black people for doing something everybody else does. James Earl Jones is an actor like everybody else. That girl said the property value goes up when black families move in. She said the property value actually goes up when black people move in. Boy, that is hilarious. But it just shows you the reality of how easy it is to trick black people. Because the spirit around black people is like, honestly, it's a woman's spirit. So if you pay black folks compliment, you got them. Black is so beautiful. Black is so wonderful. Oh my God, you people are so great. You're just so awesome. Oh my, your hair is so beautiful. Your skin, I mean, just everything you all do is just so great. Black folks are powerless against compliments. Powerless. Oh my goodness. Black men are so strong. Oh, matter of fact, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show y'all something real quick. Black men are perceived as the most masculine men by all female groups. Black men are perceived as the most masculine men by all female groups. Remember I said that women that like black men are liberal women. They are usually rebellious, liberal women. Because the average black man has his mother's spirit. But it says, this is what it says under the caption. It says, according to research published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, that sounds made up, examining racialized perceptions of masculinity, participants across diverse female groups consistently rated black men as more masculine than men from other racial groups. The findings indicated that traits culturally associated with masculinity, such as physical strength, dominance, and assertiveness, were more strongly attributed to black men, shaping how they are perceived in the social and dating context. Again, this is propaganda. How black men are portrayed and how they really are is not the same thing. Who thinks LeBron James is strong? Who thinks LeBron James is the epitome of masculinity? Who believes that? Who thinks LeBron James is the epitome of masculinity? Nobody. Nobody. Scholars note that these perceptions are rooted in long-standing cultural narratives, media representation, and historical stereotypes that link black male identity with strength and physical power. While individual preferences vary, the research suggests that many women interpret these perceived masculine traits as signals of confidence and protection, factors that can influence attraction. Let's be honest. Again, the only women that have a high view of black men are women that are not always around black men. I'll give you an example. White women, for instance, that grow up in the hood, they don't put black men on a pedestal. They don't. women of other races that grow up in the black community, they don't put black men on a pedestal because they're around, they see what they are. Now they still want to sleep with them, still want to date them, but they'll put them on a pedestal. No. Your average interracial relationship is from a non-black liberal woman. Either she's trying to be rebellious, she's liberal. You rarely see a conservative woman going for a black guy. First of all, it's rare to be conservative and black in the first place. She's not finna go do all that searching when there's a plethora of white guys that are conservative to choose from. There are a plethora of white men to choose from that are conservative. Why would she go into a haystack to try to find a needle? She's not going to do it. She's not going to do it. As a result, black men are often viewed through a lens that emphasizes traditional masculine ideals. This perception can elevate their desirability in certain contexts, even as researchers caution that such views are shaped by social conditioning and broad cultural imagery rather than individual personality traits. Thank you. In other words, it's a facade. It's not real. The black man is weak. I'll read that last sentence again. Even as researchers caution that such views are shaped by social conditioning and broad cultural imagery rather than individual personality traits. So in other words, how black men are perceived is not how they are. How they are portrayed is not how they are. The black man is weak. He has his mother's spirit. 80% of black men voted for Kamala Harris. It's enough said. 80% of black men voted for Kamala Harris. Enough said. Enough said. So these images right here of black men with muscles and in shape, it's a facade. Because who was the black man in here? Who was he in here? You can find this guy right here. As buff as he is, as big as he is, he still believes he's a victim of white supremacy. As buff as this black man is, he still believes that the white man's over him. As big and swole as this black man is, he still believes that he's a victim of the white man. So this facade of the black man being the most masculine is just that. It's a facade. It ain't real. It's make-believe. It's make-believe. Thank you, Charles. White men are the most desirable, and Asian women are the most desirable women. White men and Asian women are the most desirable. That's the real stat. But black men are perceived as the most masculine. And I'm here to say black men are not the most masculine at all. Black men, most black men that are married, 99% of them are POWs, prisoners of the weight, prisoners of the weave, prisoners of the wrath, prisoners of the wig, and I had another one. Prisoners of the, I had another one. I forgot it, but I had another W for POW. Anyway, the black man is weak. The black man is weak. So again, how black men are portrayed has a lot to do with how they perceived. Black men are portrayed a certain way, but in actuality, we've already been through this. Black men have a single mother spirit. Black men are weak or subservient to black women. Black men have the arrested development. Like black men are none of these things. They're not masculine and none of this stuff. And again, 80% of black male voters voted for Kamala Harris. It tells you everything. Yeah, it was weight, wrath, weave, wig, and it was another W I had. I can't remember the other W I had. I can't remember. I can't remember. Anyway, the black man's weak. Let's continue. Let's try to play Chad now. Let's see if we can play Chad.
Jackson passed away this morning. While I strongly
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Neek. Neek, thank you so much, because I would have forgot. And I'm glad you said something, because I'm about to light him up. Right. Oh, I'm glad you said something. Oh, yeah, we about to get him. Oh, yeah. Gonna have me some fun. Long tone Sally. She so is sweet. She got everything that Uncle John need. Well, I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun. Oh, I'm gonna have me some fun. Long tone Sally. She built so sweet. She got everything that Uncle John need. I'm gonna have me some fun. Ooh, Prisoners of the Wings. Ooh. You know what, y'all? It's Chad's video. It's Chad's video. Chad's video. It's Chad's video. That's crazy. Why is Chad's video do? That's weird. It's Chad's video. It is Chad's video. Listen, you all. It's Chad's video. That's what it is. It's not YouTube. It's Chad's video. That's what it is. It's Chad's video is flagged. I don't know. But y'all see it. When I play his video, it shuts everything down. It's Chad's. That's crazy. That's crazy.
A whole nother era than any of you Negroes is talking about. And I'm not saying I'm right, but most of this was laid on our parents' parents.
Yeah.
My father was born in 1915. His grandparents were slaves. So it's not your mother's fault. It's not your father's fault. It's not your fault. We were born into 450 years of post-slavery PTSD. I am 69, be 70 in March. I've just learned how to love.
Remember what I said, that black men suffer from arrested development. And I've met this guy, Clifton Powell, before. He has a very bad energy. He has a very dark energy. I'm serious. I can tell he's not a good person. I can just tell. Like, he's not a good person. Because think about it. This man just said he learned how to love at 69 years old. You can't be a good person. You learn how to love at 69 years old, you can't be a good person. The black man is weak. The black man is weak. I keep telling y'all this. This man says it's not our fault. Do you know that love is a choice? Love is a choice. You don't have to learn to love. It's a choice. You choose to love. So this man just said, because of slavery, he don't know how to love. The black man is weak. The black man is weak. Why would I want to be black? Why would I want to be black? And you got a grown man, 70 years old, talking about he just learned how to love last year. It's not his fault. Play it again. Black folks say the stupidest and dumbest stuff imaginable, and other black folks just co-sign it. I don't know how to love right because of slavery. It was passed down. I don't know how to love because they pass down hate, not love. The white man beat all the love that we had. He beats it up out of us. We don't have none left to give. The black man is weak and disgusting, and he's pathetic. He's pathetic. The black man is weak. You line up 10 black men, 9.5 of them are going to say the white man is oppressing them. Let's play it again.
I come from a whole nother era than any of you Negroes is talking about. And I'm not saying I'm right, but most of this was laid on our parents' parents.
Yeah.
My father was born in 1915. His grandparents were slaves. So it's not your mother's fault. It's not your father's fault. It's not your fault. We were born into 450 years of post-slavery PTSD. I am 69, I'll be 70 in March. I've just learned how to love.
This man said 450 years of post-slavery. Slavery ended in 1865. Add 400 years of that. We in the future. So he already preparing y'all. He's saying that not only can we not love now, we won't be able to love 200 years from now. We won't be able to love 300 years from now. That's what he's telling y'all. We're not going to be able to love 300 years from now. This man said 450 years post-slavery. He letting y'all know we can't love right now and not even in the future either. The black man is weak. Love is a choice, people. Love is a choice, people. All this learning how to love and all that's nonsense. Love is a choice. Because God so loved the world that he gave. So we know that when you love something, you give. You give your all. Naturally, when you love something, you give your all. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. So we know you got to learn how to love. It's a choice. And you Negroes don't choose love. You know why? Because your heart is filled with so much hate for white people. You see, you can't have hate in your heart and have love in your heart. They can't coexist, dummy. All the black students in my class come to the front. All the black students in the back of the class that can barely read or write on grade level come to the front. You can't have hate and love in your heart at the same time. Either you are going to hate people or you are going to love people. You cannot serve two masters. So if your heart is filled with hate for white people, that means you can't love black people. If your heart is filled with hate for white people, that means you can't love black people. If your heart is filled with hate for white people, that means you don't love Jesus. So again, dear black people, you cannot have hate and love in your heart at the same time. Let's continue.
Parents didn't know how to love. Their parents didn't know how to love. And if I could say anybody maybe had an edge, it was the women. That's why I celebrate black women. I live with a psychiatrist, forensics detective, gangster, loving, who's just been patient with me to teach me how to love. I called my buddy, man. I said, I'm fucking up, bro, really bad. So I've never been monogamous. So I don't fucking know what it is.
What age did you become monogamous?
Today. We don't talk about dopamine being in the pleasant center of the brain. Oxytocin is called the cuddle hormone. So a lot of times we're just talking in generalities. A counselor is going to get inside of this from a real scientific perspective. So when I hurt my girl, which I've done over and over, and I commend her for even being with me, I called one of my partners who's brilliant. He said, when you hurt somebody, where you leave them is where they stay. So I think our parents, our grandparents, our uncles, our people that raised us, it all comes from out of all of that.
One thing that
I'm going to stop him right there. My grandfather was born in 1917, and my grandmother was born in 1914. And they knew how to love. My grandfather was born in 1917. My grandmother was born in 1914, and they knew how to love. So again, this notion that stuff got passed down from slavery is a lie. How do we know it's a lie? Because nothing good ever gets passed down. So do genes only work one way? Do they only pass down bad stuff? Does good stuff get passed down? First, y'all on here bragging about how you got the DNA of the gods. Now you telling me only the bad stuff came from slavery. Which one is it? Did the God DNA get passed down or just the bad DNA get passed? Tell me which one got passed down. Because it seems like to me, every time y'all get caught with your hand in the cookie jar, it's always a white person's fault. When y'all do something good, which is rare, it's because y'all are melanin and y'all are so great. This man just admitted that he done cheated on his wife. So we know one thing, he may not know how to love, he knows right from wrong. You see, love, a part of love is knowing right from wrong. A part of love is accountability. Again, you can't run around cheating on your wife and then trying to blame slave DNA. You can't run around cheating on your wife and blame your grandfather and your father and your great-grandfather. You can't cheat on your wife and then blame Master Johnson or Monsieur Candy from Candyland. You can't cheat on your wife and blame somebody else because you a whoremonger heathen. Clifton Powell is a degenerate black man. That's what he is. He's an excuse-minded, degenerate black man. He's horrible. You are a horrible person, sir. It's not slavery, dummy. It's not your father, dummy. It's you. Because love is a choice. The black man is not fit to lead. Because any man with an excuse is not fit to lead. Just tell the truth, Clifton. I'm a bum, degenerate man, and I've been terrorizing my wife. End of story. I should do better. All this psychologist, my friend is brilliant, slavery DNA, psychosis, post-slavery 400, all that's cap, is nonsense. You're a bum. You're a bum. You are a sorry and poor excuse of a man. This man just said, I just learned how to love at 69 years old, which means he just grew up. So we can go to the Bible, and Paul talks about becoming a man and loving. Paul talks about a man becoming a man. When he becomes a man, his ability to love. That's a sign of maturity for a man. We can go to the Bible on that one. But as a man, I put away childish things. Go read that whole chapter and see what Paul talks about. What kind of clarity he got from putting away childish things as a man on how to love and what he sees. You got Clifton Powell over here trying to make an excuse at 70 years old. The black man is weak. He's disgusting. For the rest of Black History Month, I'm not going to mention black women. I'm not. For the rest of Black History Month, all my smoke is going to black men. All of it. Just for what he did right here. Just from what Clifton Powell did in this clip. For what Clifton Powell did in this clip right here, I'm only on black men's head for the rest of the month. Black women, y'all get a pass till March. I'm on black men from now on for the rest of the month. What he said right here.
Just want to talk about accountability. Like, yes, we can talk about what our families did to us, but eventually comes a point where you have to decide, how do I want to live my life? I haven't talked to my daddy in 6 years. I don't give a fuck about what my family has gone through. I know where I will go. So it's like, you can only say that for so long. Black women are tired. Everybody in here, several people have talked about going to counseling. Have that upon yourself. Stop waiting for a woman to tell you what you need to do. Take that upon yourself.
Let me address that real quickly. For me, I didn't know fucking how to love.
Can I say one more thing? No, I have to say this, because another thing that happens is, too, you live your life for so long, and I'm not meaning no disrespect by this.
It's all right, just say it, bro.
But when you hit your 60s and your 70s, I want to be right.
Okay, but let me...
I want to live my life right. I want someone to take care of me and protect me, and that's what a lot of women have issues with.
Because I'm living it right the fuck.
Again, it took a flamethrower to tell him, it don't matter what my family did, I got to make this choice. I got to do what's right. It took a flame to tell this man that it ain't about your family, it's about you. And he also said, now you 70 years old and you see the writing on the wall, Now you want to be nice so somebody can take care of you. You see the writing on the wall. You're getting older. Now you want somebody to take care. Now you want to do what's right when you're 70. No, sir. No, sir. God does not exist in desperation. No, sir. You think God gonna honor you cutting up for 69 years and then on year 70 you get to walk? You crazy? Do you think that you are going to cut up for your entire marriage and then at 70 years old you see the light? Man, you don't get out of here, man. If you don't get out of here, you shouldn't even want to see the light. You shouldn't even want to see the light. You shouldn't even want to see the light. Disgusting. Disgusting. This gay man got to tell him how he needs to behave as a man.
Now,
as I said,
listen to
I said 60s and 70s.
Let me say this.
Don't overtalk
I'm
me.
gonna fucking overtalk you
I'm
because
good,
you're talking out
but
of
you're
line,
not
nigga.
gonna disrespect
You don't know
me.
what the fuck you talking
Oh, I
about.
am.
I do. Love it.
I do.
You don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Oh, I do.
Because you can't
I
fix
do.
no shit.
I
You don't
do.
know it, nigga.
I do. I'm good.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Get the fuck out of here. You can't.
Listen, I'm telling you this right now. That light-skinned gay dude can fight. I'm telling you right now. That light-skinned gay dude at that table can fight. I guarantee it. I'm just telling y'all that like them type of gay dudes, they be cool till they ain't. That light-skinned wavy haired flamethrower will put hands on you. He will put hands on you. I'm telling you. Clifton Powell don't want none of that smoke. None of it. I'll tell you what I know. Some of the most vicious fighters in the black community is them gay men. Boy, them gay men fight to the death. Matter of fact, I believe that back in the days, the Roman days and the Colosseums with the gladiators, most of them was gay. Because they will fight to the death. And anything goes. They'll fight to the death and anything goes. Anything.
You can't tell me what the fuck I'm living, nigga. You cannot fix no shit that you don't even know is happening. Let's get to the truth of this shit. You can't fix no shit unless you meet somebody on another level to help you elevate to understand. I'm not indicting anybody. I'm telling you what the shit is. You can't fix some shit that you don't know about, bro. And then you get there at 69 or 70 and say, I thought I was being loving all this time.
I'm glad old boy called him out. I'm glad that he called him out. I am. Because Clifton Powell is a joke. It's a joke. He's a poor excuse for a black man. He's a joke. And at the end of the day, this is why I go hard at black men so much. Because you all have poor character. You make excuses. You mean to tell me you've been cheating on your wife this whole time, and it just now dawned on you that you wasn't loving? You didn't know how to love? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't care who don't like it. I'm not lowering my standard for nobody. I'm not lowering my standard for black people. I'm looking at God's word. That's my standard. I'm not lowering my standard for black people. So, dear black people, I hold y'all to the highest standard like everybody else. I hold you all to the standard of everybody else. Matter of fact, you got a higher standard. You know your standard is higher? Because y'all told me y'all was kings and queens and gods and gods. You know what? You got a higher standard. You got a higher standard. It's disgusting. Thank you, Charles. The best memory that I have of Jesse Jackson is the Eddie Murphy skit on SNL singing Jaime. Yes. Thank you, Charles. Listen, nobody wants to condemn Jesse to hell. We don't. Nobody does. We're simply saying that Jesse Jackson was an agent of destruction doing the will of Satan. That's all we're saying. And we're saying that if we didn't celebrate him when he was alive, we're not going to celebrate him when he's dead. Condolences to his family, his children, his loved ones and friends. Condolences to them. I'm not going to celebrate Jesse Jackson. I'm not going to celebrate him at all. I'm not going to do it. But anyway, y'all, listen. I love y'all. And from now on, Black women, y'all get a pass until March the 1st. From now on, just based on Clifton Fowles, table talk, red table talk, or should I say dead table talk, based on Clifton Fowles, dead table talk, I'm on the Black man until for the rest of Black History Month. It's only Black men. It's only Black men. So, dear Black women, y'all earned yourself a pass, and guess what? You had to do nothing. See how that worked? Y'all sat back, y'all was quiet, y'all was patient, y'all was feminine. Look what happened. All the heat's off of y'all. Now it's on Black men. See how easy that was? You just sat back, let the chips fall, and now I'm on Black men. See how that worked? Baby for Life said March is Women's History Month. Oh, shoot. Well, that's perfect there. Thank you. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Okay. So y'all got yours in March. I'm about to quit. Keep expectations and racism out. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean, Scrapping Beauty? Keep expectations and racism out. What does that mean? May the Lord bless you and keep you. Number 6 and 24. I'm going to say this, right? From a person that's only been faithful in one relationship in my life, right? I'm going to just say this. So if you're a man, when you cheat on a woman, you are cheating on yourself. Now, if you tell the woman you're going to do this and that and she cool with it, that's different. But if you sneaking around and cheating, that's a reflection on you. That is poor character. That means you can't be trusted. That means your word means nothing. Because if you truly a man, you should be able to tell the woman, I'm doing A, B, C, and D. If you're really about it. If you're really about it. But anyway, from a person that has cheated, where I've told them and didn't tell them, I can assure you that it's a reflection on your character. And what you will find is that the men that are cheaters cannot be trusted. It's just that simple. It is a character flaw. You can't be trusted. Because worst case scenario, you should tell your woman, listen, I want to step out. I'm out. But anyway, it's a sign of immaturity. And if you're married, cheating on your wife is cheating on God, cheating on your children, cheating on her family. Think about when you cheat when you're married, you're cheating on everybody. God, her family, your children. You're cheating on everybody. Everybody was there to watch you all get married. So when you're cheating on everybody. You took those vows in front of everybody. You're cheating on everybody. So again, fellas, cheating on the woman is a poor character trait. Listen, I love y'all, and I will see you all soon. I want you to have a blessed day, and thank y'all so much.